Hi, my name is Brendan Kalu, and I attend the University of Connecticut. Today, I'll be interviewing Adam Brown. Adam is the director of Downtown Sports in Mahwah, New Jersey, and has held that position since 2010. For this project, we had to interview someone in a career field that we could possibly see ourselves pursuing, and I could definitely see myself doing something that's sports related. And Adam has found a great way to combine that love of sports for his career. So, Adam, thank you for taking the time out for this interview. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Good. So to start off, I just want to ask, what made you want to pursue this career?
For me, it's always been about sports. Ever since I was very very young, I've always been involved in sports in some capacity. Baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it. I was playing everything. So I always had a passion for it. Always had a love for sports. So I always knew that I wanted to have sports involved in my life in some way. And then I basically would work this camp here almost every summer throughout my college years, and found that I kind of enjoyed it. And so once I was able to graduate, and an opportunity opened up, and it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
Um, Now, as far as the regular day-to-day operations go, what is like a normal day like for you? I know it must be different from season to season, but what is like a typical day?
Yeah, so it definitely changes based on the season. So, for example, right now we're in the summer, and so we'll start. We have summer camp that runs all day. After the camp, where we do private lessons, we do private clinics, a little bit of everything. Then once school gets going, then we have to kind of shift our schedule towards a little bit later in the day. So, we have school that ends around 2:30, 3 o'clock. As soon as that's over, then we jump into all of our practices. We have leagues that running. We'll go until about 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then the weekends are always busy. We're always running tournaments, leagues, clinics, you name it. So it's a lot of hours, but it definitely kind of changes with the season. It's something that is difficult just to kind of schedule around it. But it's also nice because it's not that same 9 to 5 grind every single day. It's constantly changing, so it always keeps you on your toes.
Now, with working a lot of camps and the tournaments and stuff like that, you must work a lot of kids. So tell me about what it's like working with kids. Is it rewarding? Is it too much? Just, you know, talk about working with kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, working with kids is definitely can be very frustrating. As everyone knows, who's ever dealt with kids before, they can be a little tough at times. They can drive you crazy, and but the reward you feel teaching kids and seeing them grow far outweighs any frustration that comes with it. So it's definitely something I've always done. It helps having I had a younger sister, or I still have a younger sister. So I always kind of was that kind of mentor. So I've always enjoyed doing that. So yeah, so working with kids, like I said, it requires a lot of patience, a lot of time, but the reward you get from it and the amount of joy you see on a kid's face it's an amazing feeling.
Now, I also know that you teach, so can you tell me about managing the workload? Obviously, it changes between the summer and stuff like that when there's no school, but what's it like managing the workload during the winter and school season?
Yeah, it's very tough. So as I teach during the day, once school gets going, that goes from 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. And as soon as school's over, I'm coming right here to the gym, and I'll usually stop at Dunkin' because you need some coffee in the middle. But yeah, so it's a long day. My days go for 12 hours, sometimes 14 hours a day. So it's tough. Finding a work life balance is something that I have had trouble with. It's something that I still struggle with today, and something I've been working to improve. And as I have more things in my life that I need to get done, for example, I have a wedding that I have to need to get ready to do in less than a year. Once kids start coming into play, my own kids, that's going to change a lot of things. So finding that balance is tough, but for me, I always love what I do. So I've never, hated coming to work. I've never had a problem with it. But it's definitely tough. You have to find time for yourself. You have to find time to find things that really you enjoy, that you enjoy doing with other people as well.
And how are you trying to improve having more time for yourself? Do you find yourself saying no to more things and stuff like that?
A little bit. I've tried to, I guess, plan stuff. Try to plan a vacation. Try to surprise the fiance. Try to do little weekends away, and take a little bit of time away from work where I know I don't have to be here. I always kind of have this feeling where if I'm not here, things are going to go completely wrong. That's not the case. That's just kind of my anxiety that I have. But just trying to plan stuff ahead and just try to make sure I have everything covered here. Let's go away for a weekend. Let's go, wherever it might be. It doesn't matter. But just trying to find things like that and just try to really think about, what can I do? There's more to life than work. So just trying to find some stuff, try to find stuff that I enjoy, trying to find stuff that she enjoys, and also visiting family. That's a big part of my life is my family. So I always try to make sure I go see them as well.
Now, for this next question, I want to take it back a little bit to your college days. How would you say college prepared you for your career right now? Like looking
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. So for me, college, I'll do it as twofold. One, all of my the classes I took, I was a business major. So a lot of the classes, the accountings, the finance, marketing, a lot of those still apply today. A large part of my job is, doing some of the accounting for the business. Marketing is a huge part for me. Always bringing in new customers, trying to get your brand out there, trying to grow your brand. So a lot of those tactics that I learned in school still apply for me today. And the second part of that was I played all 4 years for college athletics. So I had two different coaches, throughout my career. One was fantastic, I got along great with, and the other one, not so much. So I've always tried to kind of take as much as I can from each one of those coaches, what went well, what did not go well, and try to take that into my coaching styles now, and just try to be the best coach that I can be. And I've learned a lot from each one of those coaches, both positive and negative, and I've tried to place that into my techniques today.
Now back to the present. What are some of the challenges that you face? Is it scheduling? Is it working with the kids? What are the challenges that you face in your career?
Yeah, scheduling for us is a tough part. We're always trying to make sure we have the gym filled. The gym's not filled, you're not making money. So you constantly need the gym filled. So you try to create as many programs as you can, get as many kids in the gym as you can. And with that said, obviously you have a finite amount of time and space. So you have to juggle all that together, but then you also try to make it work around other people's schedules, because if it doesn't work for them, then they're not going to be here. So you really have to try to make sure that you have the schedule done the right way. It never works out perfectly, but you always try to make it work for the majority of the kids. And on the side of that, the bigger challenge for us is there's a lot of competition in our area, a lot of different companies that do the same or similar, or offer similar things to the customers that we do. So retaining your clients that you have right now and also trying to get new clients is tough, but it's something that I enjoy doing. It's a challenge that I enjoy doing. It's something that we've done very well, and it's something that I hope we continue to do very well.
Do you think your classes that you took in college prepared you to compete against these other companies that you see? Do you think your classes prepared you for tactics to use to, get an upper hand on them to make sure clients come to you rather than clients go to them?
Yeah, I mean that goes back to the marketing part of it. Just kind of learning. One of the biggest things I learned was just how important your brand is, and how important the most important part of advertising is word of mouth. And that's something I learned probably my intro to marketing. One of the first ones I took, and it's something that I just kind of was constantly drilled into our head. Like what people say carries more weight than any, newspaper ad or website or email, whatever you might have. So trying to make sure that everyone that walks in the door has a positive experience. Again, it's impossible to have 100%, but you try to make sure that everyone walks in always has a positive experience. They walk out the door saying, hey, I really enjoyed whatever class that was, or lesson or camp, whatever it was. They walk out there with a positive mindset. So when they go out and they talk to their friends and they go out and then, they see, oh, that's Gym Rats, that's Downtown Sports. That's a positive experience for me. And because the negative aspect of that can really blow up in your face. Someone has a negative time here. Someone was, whatever it could have been. It really has a negative side effect. They'll go out there and they'll say, oh, don't go to Downtown Sports. That's the worst place in the world. And that can really hurt business. So you really have to make sure you keep as many people happy as you can and keep them coming back, but also are telling everyone else, every person they meet is a potential client. So it's important to always keep that in mind, and just try to keep that positivity coming in and just try to make as many people happy as you can. And that's all you can hope for.
Now, I personally know the success of Downtown Sports and what you guys do. But personally, for you and for the future, what are the goals you set for the company? And where do you see it going 5-10 years down the road?
Yeah, it's so this is a company that's been going for about 20 years now. So what we've been doing obviously has been successful. So we definitely want to continue with what we're doing. The programs that we run that are successful, we want to keep growing those, keep making sure that those are kind of the staple to our company. But with that said, you always have to be adapting. You always have to be innovating. People are always looking for the next, next big thing, the next new way to play, whatever it might be. So me personally, I'm always trying to stay on the cutting edge of that. One of the biggest things we're doing is getting to more of the technological side of things. We're in the process of creating like a new app, a new training app that, you can just work right with your phone. All you need is a phone, download from the store, and you start working on different training methods. So we're trying to just kind of, adapt with the times, and just, it's so easy out there right now to just look at your phone, go to YouTube, and just look up a drill, whatever it might be. So we're trying to get that market as well. And that right there will also kind of help grow our brand. You might get more people that have never heard of you before. So getting that app would be huge for us. Getting that done and having that grow would be a big part of what we're hoping to do in the future.
Now, to finish off the interview, this is more for me and for people like me. I'm someone who, I'm going to be a junior. I'm graduating in 2 years. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't know the lane yet. I know I want something sports related. So what advice do you have for someone like me who has an idea but doesn't know specifically where to go yet?
Yeah. Well, number one, you're not alone. When I was your age, I was right there with you. I knew I had, like I said, I knew I wanted to do something sports related would be ideal, but did not know that it was going to be this. So the biggest thing for me was just kind of getting out there and trying 100 different things. I had a lot of different jobs, and some of them I hated, some of them I knew that I would never do again. Some of them I liked, and some of them not even this career. Some of them that I was a part of was something like, hey, you know what, I can kind of see myself doing this. And it wasn't until those college years, in the summer, where I started working here, that I really kind of started to find a passion for this and started to see myself in this role. It was something that I was good at, and it was something I enjoyed doing. So those two huge things for me. And so that's the biggest thing that I want is, if you can find something you love, find something you have a passion for, and find something you're good at. And you're never going to find those things if you don't get out there and try them. You're going to find that you may thought you like, hey, I really like this job, and you try it for a month and you're like, not a chance, I hate it. But you're never going to know that unless you try it. So just getting out there and trying new things. And the second part I'll say is just kind of networking. Networking is so huge. It's one of the biggest things in college. It's just kind of meeting the right people, because you never know who works where. You never know kind of who knows the right people. So the more people you know, the more people you can spread your name about, kind of growing your own brand, thinking yourself as a company is how are you going to grow your brand? And then just getting it out there, getting it out there as many people as you can. And hopefully, you get out there, you find the right fit, you find it works for you, it works for the company, and you just kind of go from there.
Well said. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for taking the time out again, and best of luck in the future.
Sounds good, Brendan. Same to you.